Arrow of God by Chinua Chapter 7. The festival of pumpkin leaves arrives at last. It is a purification festival celebrated in honor of Ulu. On that day, all the sins of the 6 villages of Umaro would be purified by the chief priest of Ulu. No enmity was shown between the 6 villages. All the members stood side by side holding hands. The women arrived wearing their best clothes. Some of them show off their jewels, beads and ivory. The men brought palm wine and drank with their friends. Akuke and Ugoe decorate their bodies with black and yellow paint. They paint tribal reliefs all over their skin. Matefi is extremely jealous because Ugoe was the one who possessed ivory jewels. They take pumpkin leaves from their own garden and join Adize at the marketplace. All the women are supposed to bring pumpkin leaves from their own garden and not borrow these. They stand beneath the trees in the market area. Opika and his friends were already drunk on palm wine. The 5 wives of Nwaka, Ezeulu's enemy, were showing off their ivory anklets. They were wearing anklets to their knees. Though it was a bit uncomfortable for them to walk, they were still showing off their wealth of their husband. Suddenly, the Ikolo began beating. The Ikolo was a traditional and sacred drum that announced all the 6 villages in their order. Old Obiuzo was the Ikolo beater. Even though Obiuzo was very old, he could climb the Iroko tree to the topmost branch where the Ikolo was placed, and he had the strength to maintain the rhythm for a long time. The drum was very old, fashioned out of a centuries-old tree. The trunk of the Ikolo was carved with pictures of royal pythons and sacred yams. It was beaten only for 2 purposes, for war and for festivals. When it was beaten for war, it was decorated with skulls gathered from the enemies of the previous wars. When the Ikolo begins beating, Ezeulu starts running out from Ulu's shrine. He is dressed in brightly colored hand-woven raffia. His body is painted with sacred white markings. He has an eagle's feather on his head and a rattle on his left hand. The mighty staff of Ulu is in his right. He shakes the rattle every now and then while he runs around the whole village. All the women wave their pumpkin leaves at him. When he starts running around the entire marketplace, people throw their pumpkin leaves down at his feet. He finishes the run and enters Ulu's shrine as he completes the festival. Once he has joined Ulu's shrine, the women start running around the village in the order of the names of their villages. So the women of Umuachala run first because Umuachala was the oldest among the 6 villages. While they run around, they trample the leaves. The trampling of the leaves symbolify the purification of all the villages. Ugoe tramples extra hard because she wants the sin of killing the royal python by Uduche to be forgiven by Ulu. Thank you for watching Chapter 7. Hope this was interesting.